So I decided to stay at SEACA mainly because it was something that I was interested in terms of like community activism specifically. When one of my friends who was already a SEACA member told me about the organization and how it's centered around sort of like Southeast Asian struggles in downtown LA, I didn't really think I could contribute, not coming from a Southeast Asian background myself. But after the first open house meeting that I went to about 2 years ago, it really did click with me that I could still make a contribution and I could still, learn about a wide variety of issues and educate other people despite, myself not necessarily being part of that Southeast Asian culture.
SEACA was my way of trying to partake in something meaningful and effective in my community. Through SEACA, it gave me opportunities to give back to my community, but at the same time, SEACA was always there giving to me and my peers. SEACA is always connecting us with resources, information, anything we might need, anything we might be interested in, anything that might be helpful to us as students and as people who are from under-resourced communities. So
I decided to stay at SEACA because, I'll be honest, I felt like they would look really good on my college job. It's an important thing when you're in high school, especially if you want to go to college. It's like having things that show off your, ability. SEACA really does that. You're provided a lot of opportunities to learn and grow and especially help your community, because it's really hard as a kid to know like all the current events and everything happening. I know there's social media and that really helps with it, but like SEACA really teaches you how to act. Knowing is also a big part of it, but also acting on them, doing things like phone banking and stuff like that really helps develop your skills, and it really gives you a wider point of view on life, especially of those who need help in your community, and it like really opens your eyes to those problems and like how to play your part in helping them.
So the food was really good, first of all, and then second, again with the community, just everyone was really welcoming and it generated like very positive attitudes and really good vibes.
I love SEACA. I never felt such compassion, especially from two adults. Like I've never felt so much compassion and so much drive to teach kids about, and like kids and students about not just their the Chinatown community, but they're within their own community themselves. They can figure out how to get resources, get all this stuff done, and become potentially a future activist or someone who knows how to help the community safely.
I decided to stay at SEACA because I noticed that I'm always in the community of Chinatown, and I see that it's always been going through a struggle, not only Chinatown, but other communities, and I know that SEACA is going to help represent communities and help them be represented in front of the councilman. And I was like, that's what I always wanted to do, be our community's voice, especially the community that is lacking the help. And as a student myself with another language, I can access and I can translate, and also at the same time help people from the Chinatown community and say, they are struggling with this. We can bring it up to the councilman and tell them, our people are struggling. We should do something about it. I know that you guys come down and help, but you guys are actually taking the effort. So hearing it from a student's standpoint of view might help to change the councilman of making things like plans.
So I think to answer this question, why did I decide to stay at SEACA? We have to answer, why did I go to SEACA? First of all, I think everyone went to SEACA because of the food. They come and present to your class. They hand out lollipops, and then they're like, if you want more lollipops, you gotta come to our open house. I also noticed during their presentation was that the person presenting was very kind. They felt like they were someone who would listen, and I was just a lonely freshman at that point. So I went to check out what SEACA was. At first, it was almost overwhelming in a way because there was a lot of people at open house, and I wasn't sure if I was going to stay or not. But they had trained leaders. The people that worked there made me feel very welcome, and I wanted to come back, and I kept going back and back until I was part of SEACA and I couldn't leave.